You've probably heard the talk. The VG-70 Variable is just another gimmick weapon, a flashy 7-barrel toy that chews through ammo and handles like a filing cabinet. They say it's a waste of your hard-earned medals. But they're wrong. This weapon has specific uses that makes it an absolute monster, a true A-tier primary that can solve problems usually reserved for support weapons. But is one good gun worth the medals for the entire control group warbond? Today, we're putting the weapon to the test. We'll break down the weapon, its performance, and its cons, and by the end of this, you will have the final verdict. The VG-70 Variable is a special kinetic round weapon that allows users to change its fire mode into 3 different types of volleys. These 3 variations allows the weapon to cover multiple grounds of attack if need be, while still being serviceable enough for standard combat and light infantry encounters. This weapon can be gotten from the new warbond for 35 medals and is one of the first weapons to unlock and use. So, taking a look at the stats, we have the following: damage rate 85, fire rate 550, capacity 49, recoil 7, reload 3.5 seconds, and armor penetration light. This is a multi-barrel volley gun that on paper looks pretty standard with 85 damage and light armor penetration, but its entire personality is within its 3 unique firing modes. You've got a standard full auto with selectable RPMs, a volley mode that fires 1 shot from each barrel at once, and a total mode that dumps every single round left in the magazine in one devastating blast. First up, auto mode. It works like a standard assault rifle, but you can swap between 300, 550, and 750 rounds per minute. This gives you a ton of control, letting you conserve ammo on the low end or unleash a torrent of lead at 750 RPM. It's basically your bread and butter for clearing swarms of unarmored trash. Next we got volley mode. This is where it gets spicy. It fires 7 rounds, semi-automatic bursts from a 1 barrel. This is what you use to take down the slightly tougher enemies like stalkers or berserkers with 1 well-placed shot. Don't think of it like a shotgun, there's almost no spread to it. It's more like a high damage marksman rifle. And then there's the one everyone's talking about, total. This mode unleashes every single round left in the mag in one continuous, horrifyingly beautiful stream. A full magazine can dump over 4000 damage in a second. This here is your elite killer. If you need a Hulk heatsink or a charger exposed backside to simply cease to exist, this is the button you press. But the recoil is insane, and like I said, it will throw you to the ground and hurt you if you fire too many rounds while standing. So ideally, make sure you're kneeling or prone before using this mode. This weapon's flexibility is its greatest strength, turning it into a general Swiss Army knife of a primary. But, and this is a big but, it comes at a cost. The ergonomics is pretty rough, which makes it feel quite sluggish to aim with without some help from your armor. It also feels a bit clunky to switch modes in the heat of battle, and this may require having an effective secondary on hand to prepare yourself against such issues. Now, before we take a look at the damage, if this breakdown is helping you decide whether to spend your hard-earned medals, do me a solid and gently hit that like button. It tells the algorithm that the spread of democracy is top priority, and I also got to know, what are you pairing with these clunky powerful weapons to make them work? Drop your loadouts in the comments below and let the whole world see. Now, let's see how it actually performs where it counts. Against the Termites, the VG-70 is a mixed bag, but mostly a good one. The full auto mode is perfectly fine for clearing swarms of little bugs, just like any good assault rifle. But the real magic is its volley mode. This gives you a shotgun slash a high powerful marksman rifle like blast that shreds medium-sized threats like brute commanders and high guards with shocking efficiency. The total mode is your panic button. While it's effective with obliterating any bug with light or medium armor, it does struggle against the hard armored units if you intend to aim directly at the hardened armor itself. If you've got a biospear in your face, a full blast can stagger it and even dish out massive damage, or even just outright kill it. Although using said mode on biospheres is a bit of a waste when any primary can take them out. It's a blast to use on the bug front, and only really struggling against the heavy armor like chargers, which is what you'll expect from a primary with light armor penetration. Now of course you can use it against chargers when you aim at the back weak point, but this will depend on if you can land said shot while the charger is chasing you. Now against the automatrons, this is where the light armor penetration tag makes people nervous. And yeah, you're not cracking a Hulk's front plate with this thing. But anyone who says it's useless against bots is honestly dead wrong. The volley mode is a devastator killing machine. A well-aimed burst to the face or back will put them down instantly. It's also fantastic for dealing with berserkers and scout striders, and its main weakness is heavy front armor, but its raw damage can absolutely shred bots' weak points when you get an opening. And if you do face against a Hulk, if you can aim for their exposed vents on the back, the total mode will be enough to one-shot them. You just have to wait. And the illuminate? This is where the VG-70 truly becomes top tier. The illuminate are all about shields and tricky weak points, and the guns feel like it was built to counter them. Is a volley mode choose your shields, and the total mode can one-shot a harvester if you nail its blue eye, a feat very few weapons can claim, and is very hard to pull off at times. It can even take out a flesh mob, although I would recommend not really using the weapon to solely take them on, just because of how much of a bullet sponge they are. This makes the VG-70 an incredible investment for the future, a primary that's tailor-made for our most advanced enemy. So the weapon, while it shows off as being perfect for multiple engagements, has its flaws. But can we fix it? Or at least manage it? Yeah. But you have to build your entire loadout around it. Not too much, but just enough. First, the ergonomics and recoil. The easiest fix is to hit the dirt. Firing from prone massively reduces recoil and is non-negotiable if you want to use total mode without getting launched back into next week. For armor, getting the armor passive with fortified, such as the FS38 Eradicator, can be helpful for better controlling your weapon. Or even the PH9 Predator with peak physique will help with weapon handling, which is drastically needed. As for the penetration problem, well, you can't fix it with armor or anything else, so you have to fix it with your stratagems. If you bring the VG-70 Variable, your support weapon slot is now dedicated to cracking armor. The railgun, autocannon, or EATs are great options to pick. You need a reliable way to open up targets so that the variable can do what it does best. This isn't a do-it-all primary. Think of it as a team player that needs the rest of your kit to shine on high difficulties. For grenades, a stun is invaluable, while holding a target still just long enough for you to line up that critical shot. So overall, the VG Variable isn't some meta-breaking powerhouse that's going to make you throw out your Scorcher or Sickle. Its poor handling and light armor penetration keeps it from being a true S-tier weapon. However, it's an incredible fun and versatile A-tier weapon that shines in the hands of players who can adapt to its modes. It's a fantastic side grade that can obliterate certain high priority targets, making it a worthy addition to your arsenal. And since it's quite flexible in the field, it's very reliable for all sorts of fights and engagements. Definitely a worthy investment. So there we have it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts on the content shared or genuinely like what was shown, then please leave a like, a comment and subscribe for more future stuff. It was great seeing you again, HellDivers, and I hope to see you again soon.